Okay, welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be doing a review on the Ultimate Ears Everboom. I wasn't going to actually do a review on this because I almost feel like it's it's so close to the Epicboom, but we're kind of running out of new speakers at the moment to review. This kind of year, this kind of time of year is always a bit dry. So here we are with the Everboom. Still interesting nonetheless. Retails for £250, so it's about £70 cheaper than the Epicboom, which I reviewed not long ago, which was a speaker I really liked. And I thought was one of the best that Ultimeres have ever made. So yeah, but it's a shame I don't have one of those with me to compare this with directly. But it wasn't too long ago I had it, so I'm hoping that I can you can still kind of trust my judgment just from memory. But yeah, obviously if not, then apologies. But yeah, we'll go through some specs, go through the speaker itself, and I think at the end, yeah, build quality wise, very similar to the Epicboom. In fact, exactly the same really. We've got a single USB-C port for charging, no aux, no nothing. And down there, bottom is literally just a kind of information things. You've got the two kind of classic big volume up and down buttons. On the top, we've got power, Bluetooth. This is outdoor or podcast mode. And then we've just got the standard kind of play button, which I think also functions as the magic button on here as well, or whatever Ultimate Ears called it. Yeah, Ultimate Ears kind of branding, but otherwise a very simple, minimalistic design. But, that's not a bad thing at all. It's a nice, clean design. It's purpose built. And I do quite like the effect that goes on the top here. The material is very nice. It doesn't attract fingerprints or dust or anything, and adds a bit of character. Although it does, sometimes you wonder whether that light is a light or one of the dots on the background. But other than that, all fine. Specs wise, it's 360-degree sound, which is well, as you kind of expect from this kind of design. But nice to have always, because you can just stick it in the middle of a room. As I said with the Wonderboom as well, I've just done a review on that. The 360 sound on these things is really good. I've had some 360 speakers before where it's kind of more like 300 or 280-degree sound really, but these are pretty much the whole way around as far as I can tell, so very impressive on that front. We've got 20 hours of battery life, so about 6 more hours than the Wonderboom. 20 hours is realistically hopefully going to be enough, and I'm sure they're quite quick to charge as well, obviously with the USB-C charging. It's drop tested up to 1 meter, so slightly less than the Wonderboom, but obviously that's just going to be because of its weight and shape and stuff. But yeah, still basically promised to be fine with a 1 meter drop, which is probably all you're ever really going to be dropping at, hopefully, anyway. If you're kind of dropping it off a table or, a sofa, or dropping it out of your hand while you're walking, it's going to be around 1 meter, and they basically guarantee it's going to be fine. 55 meters of wireless range, so yeah, slightly more than the Wonderboom, probably just because the chip in here is slightly better, slightly bigger. But yeah, nice amount of range there, probably just enough so that you can hear the speaker, but if you went any further, obviously it would start cutting out, but you probably wouldn't be able to hear the speaker very much anyway. So it's it's enough that it's not going to ever bother you. It's not like you'd want to go too much further than that away from it anyway. It's got an interesting feature. I'm not sure if the Epicboom had this. I don't think it did, but you can use the app to basically use it as a megaphone. So you can speak into your phone on using the app, and it will just project it through the speaker. Like if you're a DJ and you want to say what song's coming up next type thing, which is pretty cringy, but it is an option. I don't think the Epicboom had that, but obviously feel free to correct me on that. Probably not a deal breaker for anyone, I imagine, but something to note. Could be a fun little gimmick at a party or something. Weighs 960 grams, so yeah, just short of a kilo. Feels about that as well. Probably feels a bit lighter than you might expect when you look at it, but that's not a bad thing for portability and carrying around. They do state it's 90 decibels dBc in its indoor mode and 91 decibels in its outdoor mode. It does always seem to be just slightly louder in outdoor mode, because it's effectively just lowering the bass and upping the treble kind of thing. So yeah, it's going to be slightly louder there. We can give that a test later with our decibel meter here, although I am measuring in dBA, so it's slightly different. Driver wise, we've got two 56 by 56 mil active full range transducers. That's a lot of lot of words. And then we've also got two 49 by 87mm passive radiators. So a kind of similar setup to the Wonderboom, just bigger drivers, and yeah, the transducers and the active drivers are a bit more, like they say, full range. They're going to give you a bit more frequency response and stuff like that. Again, obviously, as you'd expect from something that's bigger. But yeah, that's kind of the spec sheet. Unfortunately, they don't give us any kind of RMS power output or anything like that. And being that the speakers are a bit quite new, obviously we're not getting that from anywhere else, but we can listen to the speaker and see what we think of it. So yeah, I'll be playing Royalty, 80% volume. Okay, so yeah, I was messing around with the outdoor mode there just so you can kind of tell the difference. You can tell it definitely reduces bass, but it also almost seems like it kind of cuts out some of the finer details in the music. For indoor listening, it basically completely ruins the sound. For outdoor, it does make it just that bit louder, and I suppose you're not going to hear those finer details anyway, so cutting them out maybe just makes it makes the sound travel better and makes it sound a bit clearer. But to be honest, I mean, I've used these outside, and I've used like the first JBL boombox as well, which had its outdoor mode, and I basically just never bothered putting it in outdoor mode because I always thought it sounded better in indoor. So you know, maybe I'm the only one who did that. Maybe some people do actually toggle these modes on and off, but yeah, personally I find it to be almost a useless feature. But anyway, sound is very good. It's, yeah, obviously we've got no distortion going on. We've got strong bass, clear audio, clear everything. You do get a little, you can tell it's slightly wider than the likes of the Wonderboom. You feel like you kind of hear parts of the music that you maybe didn't as clearly before. It's a great speaker. The only problem I have with it is that the Epicboom is not too much more, you know, about 50, 60, 70 quid more, depending on, you know, if you get it in a sale or not. I've seen them for only about 50 quid more than these, and it's just a bit bigger, just a bit punchier. You know, it's almost kind of like getting like the light version. It's like the light Epicboom. Maybe I'm the only one who is you know, kind of sees it like that as a, you know, maybe that's a bad way to see it, but I kind of just feel like if you're already spending 250 and you're getting like a, you know, a relatively high-end portable speaker, you might as well wait for a sale, get the Epicboom for, you know, 50 quid more, and you've got a louder, punchier, and you know, just better speaker basically. So I kind of feel like the price, like if this was priced at 200 or, you know, 220-ish, just, you know, so it was about 100 less than the Epicboom, I'd think, yeah, all right, this fits in well. But I think it's priced too closely to the Epicboom to really consider, for me anyway. If I was going to choose out of, you know, these two speakers to take on a trip or something like that, I would just choose the Epicboom. I probably wouldn't even look at the Everboom. Just, you know, smaller speaker for not too much difference in money. So yeah, it's obviously, it depends. If you prefer the smaller one because it's lighter and because it's easier to carry around and stuff like that, then that's fair enough. But I think the price difference is just needs to be a bit, you know, a bit further apart from the Epicboom to kind of make it fit in. You know, it just kind of at the moment just kind of looks like a squashed Epicboom for you know, a small 10% discount or something. But yeah, you know, maybe that's just me. Obviously, let me know what you think down in the comments. Are you going to be picking up one of these? Are you going to be saving up for the Epicboom, or is there something else you'd rather get? Let me know.